And we are in the final days of election season. While the campaigns are about to come to a close, 3 News Now reporter John Kipper sought out the lay of the land.
We've heard a lot from the candidates, talked to voters, and now Tuesday is where the rubber meets the road, with voters seemingly anxious to cast ballots.
I suspect we're going to see turnout that's a little bit higher than normal for midterm elections.
I spoke with Richard Witmer, a political scientist at Creighton, and J. Miles Coleman, an elections expert at Sabato's Crystal Ball, to tell you what to expect Tuesday. The headliner, like many elections around Omaha, is the congressional race between Don Bacon and Tony Vargas. Now, Bacon has already slogged through 2 tough re-election campaigns, and this year, fundamentals are in Republicans' favor. Website 538 gives Bacon a 92% chance to win. But both Coleman and Whitmer said Vargas is likely a stronger opponent than his former competition, Kara Eastman, citing his legislative experience and more moderate stances.
I think that's going to help him when people look. They're going to say, the ads say one thing, but the reality is the record's very different.
While Coleman said Bacon is favored, he did cite 2014, when the GOP did well nationally, but Republican Lee Terry lost to Democrat Brad Ashford.
That was like one of the few flips that the Democrats got in 2014.
Another race that raised eyeballs recently is Iowa Senate. Chuck Grassley is 89 years old and first elected in 1980. Many thought he'd cruise to re-election, but this Des Moines Register poll from October showed a neck-and-neck race with Democrat Mike Franken.
If you're worried about the health of a candidate, 6 years is a long time when you're 90 years old plus, right?
Sabato's Crystal Ball still lists the race as likely Republican. But Coleman said if Grassley underperforms and still wins, it could be enough to propel Democrat Sidney Axne, who reps part of western Iowa, to keep her seat in a tight race with Zach Nunn.
Grassley may not be as much of a boost to local Republicans as he's been in some past years.
As for Nebraska governor, most consider it safe Republican, meaning Jim Pillen will likely beat Carol Blood. Whitmer said Blood might be able to hang around in Lincoln and Omaha, but rural Nebraska doesn't tend to like Democrats.
She's going to be overwhelmed by the 3rd congressional district.
These are all best guesses. We'll know a lot more Tuesday night. John Kipper, 3 News Now.
Well, John broke down even more races online. Find the entire story on 3newsnow.com.